Young, they're 7th and 8th, and Ezekiel Duran will round it out in the 9th spot in the order.
The 24-year-old right-hander Roki Sasaki taking the mound for the LA Dodgers. So far on the season, he's 0-1 with a 7 ERA in his 2 games started. Still having some control issues. 5 walks, 9 Ks, so he might give you a free pass here and there to take advantage of. The arsenal for Roki is going to be the 4-seamer, the splitter, the slider, and the cutter. The defense this afternoon, a little bit different today. Sundays, usually you get a few guys that are reserves playing. You got Call in left field today. You got Pages in center, Tucker in right, Max Muncy, Kim on the left side of the infield, and then you got Free Land and Free Man on the right side. And today, Dalton Rushing is doing the catching.
All right. Well, let's see what the Rangers have for us today. You feel good with Jacob deGrom on the mound. Offensively, let's face it, in the opener on Friday, the Rangers scored 7 runs on 9 hits against a very good all-star pitcher in Tyler Glasnow. Yesterday, they had moments, but didn't maybe capitalize as much as they would have liked with a 3-run effort. But I think the story is going to be just finding a way to slow down the world's greatest offense in the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we'll see how it plays out this afternoon as the Rangers hope to get a win before continuing the trip to Sacramento. Brandon Nimmo is ready to go, and we're underway with a pitch just off the outside corner for ball 1. Great start this season for Nimmo at .364 with 3 homers. Coming off a huge day yesterday. Hit 2 of them over the fence, and he rips that one out into right field. That's a base hit.
Stay hot. 1-0. Gets the heater, middle down, 98 miles an hour, and rips it into that right center field area for the leadoff yesterday home run, leadoff single today.
I love it. Now we'll see what he looks like on the bases, and we'll see how Evan Carter handles his 2nd spot in the order today as he takes ball 1. Carter, .225 average, a .340 on base. And he will work a pitcher. Sasaki deals outside. It's 2-0. Good scramble back there by Rushing to make sure that Nimmo didn't advance.
What's your thoughts on 3 lefties to start off this game?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it, and for a couple of reasons. One of them is that Roki Sasaki is still relatively unproven at the major league level, and he's had trouble with walks. That's right on the outside corner for a strike. Now Carter saw his head kind of cocked to the side, like he wanted to maybe challenge that, but did not.
It's early, but if you think it's a ball, get that 3-0 count.
2-1, and that's low, ball 3. I will say this too, though, with Evan. First of all, he needs to trust himself, right? He's got a very good eye. He's always been really lauded for his work at the plate that way. But at the same time, he's comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Should it come to it. 3-1 rather, and there is a strike.
Seemed like you knew what was going to happen there.
Yeah.
You know, it's full count Carter, so.
Yeah. I do tend to read ahead, and I apologize. So now a full count. See what Nimmo's thinking. Not an aggressive stance, but he is running. And the pitch is outside. That's ball 4. So you mentioned it, Mike. Sasaki, you know, he's had a little trouble with the walk in his young career.
Yeah, this is a guy that will give you free passes. You can be patient. Now, it's different when you face Glasnow because you knew that curveball you're somewhat afraid of on 2 strikes. So the Rangers were aggressive in game 1, but this is a guy you can be selective against.
So now the first 2 men have reached, and Corey Seager steps in. And Sasaki's first offering, that one misses for a ball. Corey, .220 average, 4 home runs. He's walked a lot, though. 8 walks has his On base average up at 317. 1-1. Has one hit in this series. It was a home run in the opener on Friday. He's also walked in the series. Chops that one foul. 1-2 the count. Now our TXU Energy power stats. The Rangers, one thing they have done really well this year is score on home runs. Almost 52% of their runs have come on the long ball, and the leader of the team at the plate. That's outside. 2-2. Nemo's trying to be as big a distraction as he can be back there at second base. Sasaki deals. That is outside, and they don't even bother with an appeal on that check swing.
You know, you mentioned Nimmo out there. The other thing too is Corey Seager, that arm slot is kind of where Nimmo's dancing around. So you have to be careful as a runner there, moving around too much.
Three-two pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. Seager strikes out, and that's the first out of the ball game.
Well, this was just a challenge fastball. There wasn't, you know, a location here. This was setting up down the middle, and let's just see who wins. And Sasaki beats Seager.
Big strike. I see him going with that split finger grip as he gets ready. His split finger is a really interesting pitch. It hardly rotates or spins at all. It's almost a knuckleball. Berger way out in front of a slider.
Well, David Murphy was talking about Gilbert's one, and it's like, yeah, we just all say split finger now, but it used to be a fork ball and a split finger. This is a fork ball, not really a split finger.
It's interesting you say that, right? Because he does hold it a little deeper.
Yeah.
So you qualified as a fork.
Yes.
One strike pitch. Man, that was a beauty. So when it says splitter there, think fork ball.
Yeah, because it's just not rotating that much, like you said. And a split finger like Nathan Eovaldi's is going to have more rotation to it.
The 0-2 misses in. His split finger, as it's qualified on all the data systems, is the lowest spinning pitch in baseball outside of a knuckleball. Like nobody throws a pitch other than knucklers spins less. Now the fastball runs right past Berger for strike three. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Sasaki.
This got on Berger in a hurry. By the time he gets his bat in the zone, it's in Rushing's glove.
So two gone, and it's in the hands of Jock Peterson now. Another left-handed hitter, the fourth lefty the Rangers send to the plate in this first inning. Nemo single, a Carter walk. And that's upstairs.
The inning isn't over. It's up to Peterson to keep it going, but against the world champs, the best team in baseball in 2026, you get the first two guys on with nobody out. You really feel like you need to score a run or two in that situation.
That's a strike. 1-1. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I will say this, though. This is the first time really in this series that we've seen the Rangers put early pitches on a starter. And that's one thing that was a problem the first two games. 1-2 now on Jock Peterson, the former Dodger.
This will be interesting here. Does he go back to that splitty where he got a swing and a miss, or he got Seager and Berger rushing, you know, high 90s at both of those guys?
I'm feeling splitter first. The 1-2, and he does go with the splitter. He gets Peterson swinging, and the inning is over. The Rangers get the first two men on, and then Sasaki strikes out the side. So nothing doing in the top of the first for the Rangers. It's on the shoulders, though, of Jacob deGrom today to try to slow down the Los Angeles Dodgers. out there, and to me, he's the most important player in this game today.
Yeah, he needs to go deep into this game. So far, 2 starts on the year, 9 2/3, 194 batting average against, 1 walk to 13 Ks. The arsenal is going to be the 4-seamer, the slider, which he's getting a lot of swing and miss on this year, changeup, curve, and 2-seamer.
All right, so one of the best pitchers of his generation, and he will go against these Los Angeles Dodgers. And their Trajan Wealth lineup starts off with Shohei Ohtani, incomparable. He's the DH. It's Kyle Tucker and Andy Pages moving up to the 3-hole today. Freeman, Muncy, Alex Freeland in the middle. Then it's Rushing, Call, and Kim to round it out. DeGrom to the plate, and that ball is smashed deep out to right, and it is gone. 20th leadoff homer in the career of Shohei Ohtani. He did it yesterday. He does it again today. And the Dodgers lead 1-0.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's human, but I'm not 100% sure. Hey, it's a fastball, middle in, exit velo 108, and you know, when he's against us, I don't want him to do well, but if you're watching, you know, when you got to watch whether it's Muhammad Ali and boxing or Michael Jordan, this is it.
Tucker with a high fly ball center. Oh boy, that looks like a challenge today for outfielders. You could see Carter working hard to shade his eyes and makes the catch, 1 away.
Well, let's look at the Rangers defense, brought to you by Vivint. Vivint is for you. You have Duran in left, Carter and Nimmo rounding out the outfield. Young, Seager, Smith, and Berger in the infield, and Danny Jansen doing the catching.
So Andy Pages takes a timeout before stepping into the box this time. Pages has been the hottest hitter on this Dodgers team, and for that matter, in baseball. And he takes ball 1 from DeGrom. 442 average so far for Pages, and Jacob right back at him, and he gets him to swing and miss at the slider.
Good swing and miss slider there. We've seen Pages in this series. If you throw a slider for a strike, he's going to try to shoot it the other way.
All right, he lifts this one the other way into right field. Nimmo coming in. He'll make the catch. 2 away.
I wonder, out of Ohtani's home runs to lead off a game, how many of them are on the first pitch of the game, or the first pitch for them?
Yeah, I don't know. But
that's tough to do.
It's got to be real. I mean, that is. There must be a scouting report, obviously, that would tell him a tendency, or maybe you just sell out. You just go ahead and guess and see if you get it. Freddie Freeman, 1-0 pitch to him, and he fouls it away. You remember, though, in DeGrom's last start against Seattle, he gave up the leadoff home run.
Okay.
And that was the only hit he allowed. Now, he went 5 innings, came out after 78 pitches in that one. And jumps ahead here, 1-2, but he did not allow a hit after that leadoff home run. And may that be a pattern of sorts then. The 1-2, and Freeman shoots it foul.
Well, you talked about DeGrom really needing 6 out of him, even though he gave up the solo home run. This will only be pitch 10, and if he can get a swing and miss here, he can get out of this inning with only 10 pitches.
Well, he and Jansen coming up with an idea here. The 1-2 pitch, and that one is corked down the line. And foul.
Man, Freddie Freeman's hands are so fast. That ball was in off the plate.
It was crazy. A little bit like Evan Carter's homer the other day. The 1-2, and that was a good looking slider, and we will have our first ABS challenge.
Call on the field is the ball. The catcher is challenging.
Our ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And yeah, that is strike
It
three.
is a strike. Texas
Got him.
has 2 challenges remaining.
Inning over. Oh man, that's exciting. I love it. So DeGrom gets Freeman, allows that leadoff homer. We'll go to the second, 1-0.
The Texas Rangers seem to continue to luck out when it comes to injuries, and Wyatt Langford is the latest addition of that. He was pulled from Friday's game with a very mild quad strain, but it does seem like he's going to miss spending any time on the IL. He ran on the field today, played catch and hit in the cages, and Skip Schumacher wasn't willing to commit publicly as to whether or not he'll be available today, but when I spoke with Wyatt, he did say he feels like he'd be good enough to pinch hit today. But quad strains, we've seen them take guys out for several weeks, so this does feel like a very lucky break for Wyatt.
Yeah, this is a good sign, Laura, and hopefully when you get to these divisional games on this road trip, he'll be ready to play.
Jansen leading off this second inning for the Rangers, and he started 1-1 here. It'll be Jansen, Smith, and Young. Sasaki invested quite a little bit in that first inning, some 22 pitches, and that will be a part of the story for the Rangers today. They're gonna, you want to score runs, of course, but I think they really want to make him work, get him out early. And that's low, 3-1.
I know he's 24 years old, early in his career, but Sasaki looks like a guy who's going to always be at 100 pitches after 5 innings. He just kind of nibbles, you know, he's, I don't know if his command is good, but like right there, he's trying to throw a strike on 3-1. He's trying to throw that four-seamer he threw to Seager, and he missed by feet.
Yeah, like that's not even a close miss for ball 4. Second walk already issued today. In his young career, he's averaging almost 5.5 walks per 9 innings.
I think in a way it does make him good that he's effectively wild. In that when you throw a ball and it looks like it almost hits a guy at 100 miles an hour in the chin, I mean, the next guy coming up is like, does he know where he's throwing the ball? And then he gets away with a ball right down the middle at times.
It was 1-0 here to Smith, and Josh fooled on that slider.
Yeah, he saw that as a fastball. So you can see the dot there as a slider, but Josh was swinging fastball. He might have been cheating too for a fastball.
Yeah, Josh is a little bit of a struggle right now, and he hits this one off the handle. A pop up back of third. Muncy going out in foul ground, and he makes the catch. So 1 away. There's a moment there I thought Muncy was going to peel off and defer to Hassan Kim or Alex Call out there, but stayed with it. And with one out, it brings up Josh Young now. Young went 1 for 3 yesterday, had a hit in the opener on Friday as well. And he's over the top of that slider for strike one. Took a couple of games off on that homestand. The bat seems a little better here recently, and he shoots that out to the alley in right center field. That gets down and is cut off by Pages into third base. Jansen, it's a double for Josh Young, and the Rangers have second and third.
A great job by Josh Young here, using the whole field. Get the fork ball here and squares it up perfectly. We'll see the ball get a little bit deep, driving it into that right center gap, and give Pages a lot of credit here. If he does not cut this ball off, I think Jansen has a chance to score, but he cuts it off on one hop and then gets rid of it.
It's the first extra base hit of the year for Young. And you saw our plate umpire there, Charlie Ramos, making it clear that everybody has to make eye contact at the appropriate time. Base hit here would score a couple. That's fouled back. Strike one on Zeke. Zeke hitting .240 coming in. Has yet to walk this year, so his on base is .240. And that's part of, I think, what you come to expect with Zeke. He's not up there working counts and trying to get on base for free. He's usually up there hacking. He takes a strike, it's 0-2. So some traffic early for the Rangers against Sasaki. They got the first 2 men on in the first, but couldn't score. Zeke takes low, and he did not swing. 1-2.
That was his nastiest split finger fork ball of the day right there. That was very impressive by Zeke to hold up.
Well, the right-hander readies again. The 1-2, and that's slashed the other way.
Great job by Zeke there too, after getting back-to-back split fingers, to then get the high 90s above the zone and just get a piece. That's a good job of surviving for another pitch.
Infield back. The 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss. Sasaki gets his 4th strikeout, takes care of Duran for the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, Sasaki emptied the tank here. He tried multiple different strikeout pitches, and he finally gets Zeke to chase and swing and miss.
So it's going to be up to Brandon Nimmo. And it looks like Nimmo took a timeout.
Looks like it.
Boy, what a series he's having. Base hit in the first inning. Already his 5th hit in the series. He's 5 for 9 with a couple of home runs and a double.
Outperforming one of the places he loves hitting in. I think he's hitting high 300s coming in to hitting here at Dodger Stadium.
1-0. And that's a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Because he's so hot, how aggressive do you think on 2-0 Sasaki and the Dodgers will be here?
Not very. I would imagine that they'll just keep trying to tease him. But Sasaki's command is such that you never really know. That's a pretty good looking slider. 2-1.
Didn't go fastball though there, 2-0.
It's a good number right there for Nimmo. You're 3 for 6 when you have runners in scoring position. He's been the Rangers' best bat early this year. The 2-1, and it's 2-2.
The other thing too is Jansen has to be ready with a split finger guy like this, that ball can tumble. If that ball gets a little bit away with 2 outs, be ready to go.
2-2 pitch. And that's in the air. Left field, maybe heading foul. Muncy over, reaches out and makes the catch. Well, that's a tough break. Rangers leave 2 in scoring position in the 2nd inning. Opportunities early here in Los Angeles, but it's the Dodgers with the 1-0 lead.
Ranger fans, buy one, get one free. Save on select tickets for the April 22nd and April 23rd games against the Pirates at Globe Life Field. Use code BOGOPIT, that's BOGOPIT, to buy one, get one free. Tickets at rangers.com/single-game.
Well, 1-0 the score. People enjoying some sunshine down here in LA on this Sunday afternoon.
This ended up being such a beautiful day. Leaving the hotel, it was a little drizzly and dark.
Yeah, overcast. There was pretty good rain overnight and early this morning as DeGrom jumps ahead of Max Muncy 0-2. Jacob allowed that leadoff homer on his first pitch of the game. And now strikes out Muncy. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Rangers right-hander.
So far, it's just a few pitches for DeGrom, but he has his best slider working today. It's just a beautiful pitch. Hard, sharp break at the end. 90 miles an hour, and you'll see Muncy swing out in front and over the top.
All right, now Alex Freeland, and he takes strike 1. Freeland, a .237 hitter. Oh, and 2, so DeGrom just firing strikes.
Both guys throwing 95 to 98 today.
Freeland uses his timeout here. Try and upset the rhythm of DeGrom. 2-strike pitch, and it didn't work. DeGrom strikes him out swinging on the slider. 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, on Rangers game day, Jared Sandler and I talked about the slider, and the Dodgers are hitting over 300 against this pitch. And I said, that's not Jacob DeGrom's slider they've hit against this year. And when he has this pitch working and he gets ahead, you're probably going to be walking back to the dugout quite a bit.
Rushing now, and he tried to stop himself and apparently did. There's no appeal on that check swing. Dalton Rushing, he's got a little bit of that lonely job. Backing up Will Smith here as the catcher, which means you don't get a lot of work. But when he has been in this year, rushing, as if anything, he's done one thing. He's hit 6 for 9. 3 of his 6 hits home runs. And he takes a strike. It's 2-1.
Can I argue your point a little bit? I feel like you do get to play quite a bit with Will Smith being the catcher because they already know they're going to win 90 to 100 games. So they give their all-star catcher a lot of time off, where you would see a guy like Cal Raleigh or those kind of all-star catchers. They kind of need him in the lineup more, where they're like, don't worry, we got 100 wins in our back pocket.
This one is corked high in the air out to right. And Nimmo makes the catch to end the inning.
Well, it's been very efficient for Jacob deGrom today. He gets the strikeout against Muncy on the slider, goes back to it against Freeland for a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the third. Dodgers 1, Rangers nothing.
She's got 12 items.
Okay, eyes on your own basket. Young homeowners turning into their parents love rules.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Everybody knows you're not.
Rangers baseball on RSN is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. He was angry that day, my friend. Waves lapping up the shores on the Pacific Coast down here in Southern California. Los Angeles and Chavez Ravine 1-0 early in favor of the Dodgers. And Roki Sazaki's first pitch. That one's hit hard. Deep out to right. It is gone! Evan Carter ties the game. His second homer in the series. And we're knotted at 1 apiece.
How rare is that? Evan Carter ready, first pitch. Takes a big swing. And gets this game tied up. Boy, he knew it too.
He did, yeah.
Drop it like it's hot.
Now Seager.
That side look, and it's a nice finish right there.
Breaking ball lifted over third, out into short left field, and Call racing in makes the grab for the first out of the inning. So Evan Carter, his second home run of the series. He has really been swinging it well. And how about the home runs in this series for the Rangers in what, you know, is for the majority of its history has been known as a pitcher's park. It has played kind of hitter friendly here these last 3 days.
But you mentioned it early in the series. A day game, it's going to carry pretty well here. Once you get to about 8 p.m. at night is when it starts turning more into a pitcher's park.
Yeah. I think the wind might be a little helpful today as well. 1-0 to Berger, and he started, couldn't stop.
You know what I love about the Carter home run too is it was probably totally against what the Dodgers have as a scouting report, or all the other teams. Is they're like, hey, he's going to be very patient. He might even just let you throw one down the middle to start it off. So be really aggressive and get ahead. And you do that every once in a while, they're going to be careful, and then you get to work the count even more because they're not just going to throw it down the middle. But great job.
1-1. Berger lifts it down the right side. Foul. And I think too, like Sasaki, little command issues early on, right? 22 pitches in the first. He labored a little bit in the second. Rangers have had a lot of traffic. And I would gather that you're probably thinking, if you're Sasaki, look, patient hitter, just man, get that first pitch right over for a strike. Maybe it'll feel a little different.
I know it's different, but it's like when you faced Julio Franco back in the day. He'd almost give you one, but every once in a while, especially if there was a runner on base that he thought he could drive in, he would get aggressive on you. So you had to watch out, where Franco had no problem hitting with 2 strikes, but every once in a while he'd rush you.
1-2 here, and he didn't stop himself. Berger goes around. Another strikeout for Sasaki.
Let's watch the strikeout here. Let's watch the hitter here. Let's watch more of Berger than the pitch. This is going to be a great pitch, but let's see where Berger's hip goes when this ball's thrown. Great slow motion here. Tell he's already bailing just a little bit. His key is he's got to work more towards the pitcher and less towards the third base area.
First pitch misses to Jock Peterson. A home run this inning by Carter. As the Rangers on the board, they have offensively, I think they've done a nice job so far against Sasaki. They've seen a lot of pitches. They've had the base runners. Sasaki had dodged a couple of bullets in the first 2 innings. Now this is the second time through. Maybe the Rangers can take advantage. Peterson very late.
Yeah, he didn't see that pitch at all. In fact, when his bat was in the zone, his head was gone.
That was not a competitive swing right there. If you're Sasaki, you might consider throwing that same pitch. The 1-2. Miss outside. 2-2. Jock, of course, longtime Dodger, first 11 years of his professional career in this organization, dating back to 2010. 2-2, and he rips that into right field. That's a base hit. So they gave him a fastball. Peterson made him pay, and the Rangers have another base runner.
Well, great adjustment. After the swing and miss on the splitty, he takes a splitty, and then he gets to a fastball, and he squares it up and keeps pressure on Sasaki. And Dave, you talked about it to start this game, adding more pitches in this game before the third inning is over.
And Jansen now, remember, he walked to start last inning, and he takes downstairs, ball 1. You think of the times through the order, and this is when Sasaki is at his most vulnerable. Second time through. It's downstairs, 2-0. So was that 367 average or 357 average against the Rangers are 2 for 5 against him the second time through. So that number going up just a little bit. Jansen takes ball 3. That's in the dirt, and Peterson can trot to second base. Wild pitch.
That's what you have to watch out with a guy that has a fork ball. Is if it's low, it's just tough. It's like a knuckleball when it hits the ground, and it can kind of shoot different ways on you instead of just kind of knowing that a slider or a fastball, the way that it's going to hit the dirt and move.
So the 3-0. And that's ball 4. Jansen's walked twice. And Sasaki with 2 outs is really adding to his workload here. The 2-out single to Peterson and along it back. Now Jansen with that walk.
Number 8, Josh
And Rushing
Smith.
goes out there to have a little word with him.
You know what's interesting here? Peterson ran over and is talking to Jankowski and Jansen, and I don't know what it's about, but sometimes a veteran guy like that might feel like he has something. Not maybe stealing a base here, but maybe has something on the way that maybe the catcher's setting up or the sign or you know, look in the glove. I don't know what it is, but see him come over and talk to Jankowski real quick.
Yeah, and a veteran guy like Jock, I could see that. Maybe sensing some tell. Well, let's see. Rangers have scored a run in the inning. They have first and second right now. And Smith takes low and inside. 60 pitches already for Sasaki. Good effort by Rushing to try and sell that, but the count now 2-0. It's Peterson at second, Jansen at first. There's a strike. 2-1.
Seems like if he has got to 2-0, he has gone more to an off-speed pitch. In that he has not thrown that fastball. He might have more confidence in a slider than he does in a fastball, throwing it for a strike.
Goes back to that slider again.
I think he has more confidence if he has to throw a strike. I think he has way more confidence in spinning it for a strike than throwing a four-seamer for a strike.
There's options here, 2-2. And Smith hits it on the ground. That one's soon to right field, a base hit. They'll wave Jock Peterson. Up with a baseball is Tucker, is thrown out in time. Peterson gets a hand in there, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead.
Well, that's a big clutch hit from Josh Smith with 2 strikes. Hard ground ball that gets by the free guys and gets out to Tucker. This is a good throw. Peterson makes it in time.
It's a good slide.
Yep.
How about a little 2-out rally here? Single, a walk, a single, and Jock relaying more information. This time with Justin Veely, the Rangers hitting coach. Young pops this foul back out of play.
Yeah.
I think he's got something.
Yeah. Don't know what it is, but he has something.
Right.
It's something important, though.
And obviously, well, you know, whatever it is that they're discussing, they don't want anybody to know it.
Good
Young
take.
holds off. 1-1. Well, the sooner that information can spread hitter to hitter, the better for the Rangers. 2 runs in this inning. Sasaki really laboring here, though, and that is a strike. 1-2 the count.
Well, Josh Smith was able to do it with 2 strikes. Now it's up to Josh Young to do it with 2 strikes. Anytime you have a 2 in an inning, it's not that good of an inning, and that's 3 innings.
One-two pitch, and that's inside. Yeah, that was like a big part of what Skip Schumacher wanted today. Part of the reason he moved Carter into the 2-hole is that we just have to make their starters work a little more. Well, they have today. It's worked out. 27th pitch of the inning. And Young takes ball 3.
Boy, that was an easy take. Did you see it? He saw that pretty quick out of the hand.
It was, and I will tell you, as it crossed the plate, I was concerned that was a strike. You know what I mean? Like, so if he can make that judgment that well. He doubled earlier. Maybe he's seeing it today. Inside, that one gets away. It's ball 4. And everybody will stop at one base, but they are loaded now. Wow, that was ugly.
Well, he's had command issues in the major leagues. His stuff's so good, he can get out of situations. He is able to do it in the first and second. He's struggling to get out of this situation in the third.
Mark Pryor heads out there along with an interpreter, which is interesting that the interpreter's out there because you remember earlier Rushing went out there to talk to Sasaki and he didn't have an interpreter. He just went out there himself.
I didn't think of that. But they are.
Yeah. So many secrets, by the way. Everybody's so careful.
Yeah, what did he has to pretty much understand English.
He must, right? Because when Rushing went out there, he just trotted out there. They had a little conversation. Well, they're loaded up now for Duran. Good numbers in these situations. 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And he takes strike 1. The fastball there at 97.
But must have just caught the bottom of the zone. In this situation, you know, if you feel like it was below, that's not a bad time to challenge either to get 1-0 instead of 0-1.
That's just like that 0-2.
Because, you know, 0-1, you're more susceptible to chase that pitch.
Bases loaded for Duran. And he'll take timeout. The Rangers got the first 2 men of the game on base. And in 3 straight strikeouts, they got nothing for it. Then in the second inning, put 2 men on, got them both in scoring position. Couldn't get a runner in. Now they scored 2 this inning, but again, the base is loaded. And that's just a tad high, and Rushing wants to challenge it, and that one could be trouble.
The call is a ball. The catcher is challenging.
Here we go, ABS. And that is high.
The call is confirmed. LA has 1 challenge remaining.
Okay. Well, that's huge. You can't let the Dodgers off the hook over and over again. 1-2. And Duran on the ground, right side of the infield. Freeman underhands to Sasaki, and he gets there in time. And the inning is done. Rangers do leave him loaded, but it was a good inning, and it started with Evan Carter blasting one to right field. His second homer of the series. The Rangers lead it 2-1.
And Reliant. Smarter together.
Our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game is Jacob deGrom on the road since 2025. Those 16 starts, 6 innings, batting average under 200, whip under 1, strikeouts per 9 at 10.4, and the strikeout to walk ratio 5.7. Still one of the best pitchers in the game. And what's interesting is he's in a pitcher's park at Globe Life Field, but seems to pitch better on the road.
That is unusual, right? He goes to work here on call and runs that fastball off the plate, ball 1. So it's the leadoff homer on the very first pitch of the game, and since then he's retired 6 in a row, 3 of them via the strikeout. And that one a called strike, taking a little off the fastball at 95. 1-1. Call is 4 for 9 in the early going this year, and half of his hits are doubles. Jacob working with a lead for the first time today, and this one is lined softly up the middle. That's a base hit. So Call is on to start the 3rd inning.
Is this the tough part about facing the Dodgers? As I was writing down batting averages before this game started, and I know they're maybe not using their regulars at the bottom, but you have 667 batting 7th, 444 right there batting 8th, and now 364 batting 9th for your batting averages.
Yeah, and I mean, small sample obviously with rushing 6 for 9, Call 4 for 9, but when they've gotten the opportunities, and part of that may be choosing the right opportunities for them. The Dodgers are pretty clever about how they deploy their resources. But you're right. Not a lot of give up in that lineup. There's a strike. 1-1 to Ha-Seong Kim.
I was on the field today, and we were talking about Kim and how he looked small to us early in this series. I was down there and watched him take ground balls a few feet away from me. He does have strong legs. So the 175, maybe 180 weight. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, yeah. He is pretty strong there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chris Woodward told us that the other day. We were asking him, like, is that right? Those numbers right? He said, dude, yeah, he's a strong guy. Whoa, big bluff by Call over there at first. And that might be just to be a distraction as much as anything.
Well, that's a good job of deGrom changing his hold. He was going off the timing, and deGrom changed his timing.
1-2 pitch, and that's got to be a swing, right? Oh, no. 2-2. No. Decent lead for Call. He's not going. And that's strike 3 called. The slider for strike 3. Kim has asked for an ABS
Call
challenge.
strike. The batter is challenging.
They've already lost 1. And so let's see if they get this one. They do not.
Call is confirmed.
Dodgers are out of challenges the rest of the day. And that is the 4th strikeout for deGrom.
All on the slider today. That's 4 on the slider, perfectly placed, and challenge didn't work because it's the perfect slider. And now, be careful.
Shohei Ohtani, and he'll take downstairs for a ball. Now, he homered on the first pitch of that first inning. His 5th home run of the year already. And he got all of it. 2-0. Baseball has never really seen anything quite like Shohei Ohtani. And the Dodgers franchise, I mean, Ohtani, he's only been here 2 years. And he's establishing all sorts of franchise records, home runs, single season, last year with 55. Had a 50-50 year the year before that. 2-1 pitch. And that's ball 3. It is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you're witness to something that really the game has never seen.
And coming here, they say that Ohtani really wants to win a Cy Young in his career now. That's one thing he's missing.
Yeah, 3-1. And there's a strike. Good slider on the outside corner. Full count.
Oh, ball got away for a second, but no harm. And it'll be interesting to see with Ohtani up if they want to put any motion here on the bases, kind of like a hit and run, and you trust that your hitter makes contact with a strike and takes ball 4.
Time called by Ohtani this time. So lengthening the at bat just a little bit. It was a 1-pitch at bat the first time around. Now a full count pitch from DeGrom. Here it is. And it's fouled back. Shinerbox Spotlight. How about this? A 46-game on-base streak now with that home run earlier today. A couple of franchise single-season records last year for Ohtani. Better than 50 homers in the last 2 seasons. 6 guys have done that. 50-plus in consecutive years. And there's a walk to Ohtani. Brown loses him after investing a little bit in that at-bat.
It's a good battle. Well, you talked about yesterday, the Dodgers have hit into the most double plays. It's because they usually have runners on base. Well, here's a double play situation you'd love to get.
Yeah. Kyle Tucker, he flew out to center field his first time up. Oh, hits that one off his foot. 15 double plays. I feel like half of those have been in this series.
The Rangers have gotten quite a few, and it's gotten them out of big situations. It hasn't gotten them a win here, but it's given them a chance to win those first 2 games.
And they've been in both. They could really use a victory today before heading out to Sacramento. The 1-strike pitch, and that is just off the plate, 1-1. The Athletics, by the way, they're in New York playing the Mets, and they have a chance to sweep the Mets. It'd be the first time in their franchise history to sweep the Mets. Of course, they haven't had all that many opportunities in their franchise's history. Check swing, or was it? He went, and that's strike 2.
Well, he has a swing and miss slider going today. He used that changeup quite a bit last year, DeGrom, against lefties. He's thrown 1 in this at bat. But man, the way he's throwing that slider right now, it's tough to go away from that pitch and get your swing and miss.
All right, Tucker ready again. It's call at second, Ohtani at first. Here's the 1-2. And that's tight.
You throw it a 3rd time in a row.
Boy. I don't know. He's got the good fastball, too. 2-2 pitch. Well, he went with the changeup, and he got Tucker swinging.
Well, guess what? I have a 3rd dominant pitch, too. And here it is. Great changeup here. Stays on the plate the whole way. Just the perfect location there. And so tough to lay off of when you throw it right down the middle. Tucker reads it as a fastball. And by the time he's committed to the swing, it's a changeup.
Say hello to my little friend. That is pretty nasty to those lefties. Here is Pages now. And he'll go after the first pitch. A bloop over first. Berger is out, and it's just off the end of his mitt. Pages stays alive.
Well, he gave it a try. It looked like he had a good chance here to end the inning. Just couldn't get it into the pocket.
It's not your standard pop-up in that you had a lot of time to wait for it to come down, but very much a catchable ball. One strike pitch, and Pages fouls it back out of play. I haven't seen an error appear on the scoreboard, but I feel like a lot of times those are considered errors.
Yeah.
Because it extends an at-bat that, in the minds of most people, like that at-bat should be done. Well, he has been charged with an error. The scoreboard will eventually catch up to that, I suppose.
Wipeout slider here.
Okay, I like that idea. 0-2. With the fastball, and Pages got a piece of it.
He did give a little bit of juice on that. I think that one was 98. It's been 95, 96 with his fastball. He gave a little bit extra on that one.
Toughest inning so far for DeGrom today. And Pages extends it a little further.
Pages, when he gets 2 strikes, he really takes out the I'm going to try to pull the ball.
Right, puts that in his back pocket.
It's really worked for him too. It's a great approach. It's if you're a kid watching, you know, a high school kid, this is a great approach with 2 strikes.
2, runner goes from first, and now they've got a mess out on the bases. The throw will go down to third. Cole is going to be hung up. Young tags him out, and the inning is done. Ohtani just took off for some reason from first base and created the final out of the inning. Well, an inning with some strikeouts again for DeGrom. He got Ha-Seong Kim looking, even despite the challenge, and eventually Tucker on the changeup. 5 Ks through 3 innings for DeGrom.
Golden Chick.
2-1 Rangers. We head to the 4th inning, and let's take a look at the last play to end the 3rd. Watch Ohtani. He's looking at Call. He thinks Call's stealing. He gets a jump and then takes 2 hard steps. After that, Ohtani takes off following Call, but Call shut down the steal and gets the Rangers out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a nice final out to be given. So now 4th inning, 2-1 Rangers. And Nimmo's swinging at the first pitch here and pulls it foul. Strike 1. Nimmo 1 for 2 today. Rangers have really worked Sasaki today. And that is inside 1-1.
Yeah, I think if Nimmo or Carter could get on base, you'll start seeing action in the Dodgers pen.
Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball rolled to second base, and Freeland throws him out. One away here in the fourth inning.
Center fielder Evan Carter.
We'll bring up Evan Carter. Carter's having a day, a walk and a home run. He's having a great series. It's an impressive number 2, right? You were talking earlier about DeGrom's work on the road, despite playing in a good pitcher's park at home. This Rangers team, we know that they've had a little trouble offensively at home, but boy, they have been swinging the lumber on the road. 15 home runs outside of Globe Life Field already. Now, part of it is they played a lot of road games too.
Yeah, starting off on the road, and now this is going to be a long road trip. And I just wonder how much the Ranger hitters actually want to get out on the road.
Slider misses 3-0.
Sure, they love being at home and love our park and everything, but the park plays as one of the best pitchers' parks in baseball.
For a couple years now.
And it might be in their head a little bit.
Here's the 3-0. Carter showing bunt, and he'll take a strike.
He did that yesterday, too, on 3-0.
That was my move in Little League.
Yeah.
I would waggle it a little more there, though.
Okay.
Trying to be a
do it really early?
Yeah. Anything I could do to get on base, Mike. 3-1. That would have really messed with you, right?
I'd have been like, this guy can't hit to save his. If he's doing that, he can't hit to save his life and is just hoping to walk. But, you know, you had that track speed.
Yeah, but you were right, though. He's not a great hitter. Sasaki's 3-2. And that's outside, so another walk. 5 walks so far for Sasaki today. I mean, he has trouble with that in general, but it is a real issue today for him. The Rangers have a man on for Corey Seager.
Carter having a great day. Now, Sasaki, I don't want to say he's been lucky. He's been good in these situations. He keeps getting guys on base and keeps getting out of it.
There has to be an element of luck to that, though. Seager taps it foul. Strike 1. All right, so if the Rangers last inning, it looked like Jock Peterson may have figured something out for Sasaki that, by the way, Sasaki might have fixed between innings.
Right.
Because the Dodgers, no doubt, saw what was going on as well. But then you wonder, if you're Sasaki, is it at least in the back of your head that the Rangers think they have something on you?
It can be.
Did you ever have an incident like that where?
Yes.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, it happens all the time, and sometimes you don't even, you feel like, do they know what I'm throwing? You asked the other day. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's like, I feel like I'm making better pitches and not getting the results I want. So, is there something going on that I don't know about?
Mm-hmm.
Today, you know, with the technology of overlaying, you know, all the pitches and just seeing, is there any difference in the way that they come set? Is there any difference the way they separate their hands to try to help out the hitters?
2-1. And that's a strike.
Well, there was Jock when Jansen drew the walk, talking to Jankowski, and then later talking to Veely. I believe also
Nimmo was getting in there.
Yep.
2-2. And it's off the plate, full count. Well, Seager 0 for 2 today. The Rangers, you mentioned Sasaki has worked around trouble, and maybe some of that's good luck. Maybe it's great pitching. Runner going. 3-2 is lifted foul. Or is it? No, that's hanging up there in fair territory for call. And that's the second out of the inning. Gives us a moment here for Kia.
First baseman Jake Berger.
And here's Berger. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
In this game, Berger's, I'm not saying he's trying to pull the ball more, but he's got to try to work on staying up the middle a little bit better on his approach here.
0-1 on the Rangers cleanup man. You see the numbers there at the bottom of the screen. He got off to a really nice start in Philly and Baltimore, but the homestand slowed down a lot of guys, and then it's a matter of like getting it ratcheted up again out on the road. And the Rangers need Berger to do that.
Carter got back a little late there. He might have been thinking about stealing on that pitch.
A decent lead. He is going. Nope. He heads back.
You know, that was a great job of shutting it down. I think Sasaki was so quick that he's like, I got to shut it down. Sasaki quick to the plate. He's like, I'm not. I think that's a great decision right there. He's like, I didn't get a great jump, and he was too quick. And he's fast enough to plant and get back. Kind of like Dave in Little League.
Exactly. That's really hard to do. There he goes again, and it's fouled off. Now, he's already thrown over once. Would you, in today's game, you only get the 2 throws over there, but if you were Sasaki, would you consider throwing over?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it. It seems like, too, guys get maybe a little bit like, after that second pick, we thought it'd be easier to steal, but it doesn't seem easier to steal, even though they don't have a pick left.
Fouled straight down. Stays 1 and 2.
I wonder this from you being a runner, how much is like you start a sprint, you have to stop it hard, get back hard, then you sprint 90 feet, jog back. Like, see, like I need a little bit of a break before I try this again.
The retreat, that little retreat, that takes quite a burst. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Well, Sasaki breaks away here, so he doesn't have, unless that was on a timeout by Berger.
I'm not sure.
That's where it gets confusing sometimes. Good lead again, and Evan draws another throw. So apparently he did have one more disengagement, but that's it now.
Berger did call time on that one, so
well, he had to have, right? Yeah, there it was.
Sasaki has to engage here.
So there goes Carter again, but a swing and a miss. Berger strikes out for the 3rd time today, and Sasaki works around another base runner. Boy, has he been ducking and weaving today. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Rangers lead it 2-1.
Our Ford leaderboard today is center fielder Andy Pages for the Dodgers. His ranks so far in MLB, 1st in average, hits, RBIs. Really struggling in the slugging and OPS, though. Only 3rd in Major League Baseball to start the season. And Dave, as a baseball card collector, the collecting world has taken notice.
Oh, yeah?
Andy Pages is off to a hot start. So are his cards.
Oh, boy, okay. Yeah, he definitely has a look of a guy who could be a big-time superstar. 27 home runs last year.
in a superstar city, in a team that's going to make the playoffs. Probably, it's tough to say this, but probably the next 3 years, you can look at the Dodgers and say it'd be hard to believe they won't make the playoffs. So he's going to be playing in big games.
One strike pitch. And DeGrom puts it right on the corner, strike 2.
Little juice there.
Yeah, it seems like maybe as the game's wearing on, the velocity's returning a bit for DeGrom, who's just now getting to 50 pitches on the day. And he puts one right near the outside corner. I thought that was on it.
Yeah, Jansen decided it wasn't close enough to challenge, and it's a strike, right? When that ball lights up white.
1-2. And that one is lined into left field, a base hit.
You know, it's interesting, when Pages, I believe, hit his home run in game 1 of the series, on the notes it said the 1-1 pitch was a strike, called a ball, Rangers didn't challenge. Instead of it being 1-2, goes to 2-1, home run later in the at-bat. Those balls that are that close, especially against a great hitter, I get you might be thinking as Jansen leverage here and there, but that would have been a first out of an inning.
Yeah.
And now it's a leadoff hit.
Ahead of Freddie Freeman, who struck out looking last time. Lashes that one foul. One strike pitch, and Freeman hits that hard out to center, but Carter goes back a couple of steps and was right at him and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Now we've got a moment for Baylor Scott and Whitehealth.
Oh.
That's Muncy.
Gets me every time that guy falls, by the way. Here's Max Muncy.
Watch out for those lines in the concrete.
Yeah, it'll get you. The turf monsters sometimes. Strike 1 on Muncy, who struck out in the second inning. Muncy, of course, turned some heads in Friday night's game. 3-homer night for Muncy, including the game winner in the bottom of the ninth. We'll take a strike. It's 0-2.
Just a reminder, no matter what the Dodgers thinks of these pitches, they can't change it.
That is true. They are fully out of challenges. They burned 2, missed them both early. Rather casual look at Pages there. It looks like he's looking around asking, well, was that legal?
Can he do it that slow? Yep,
Wait
he
a
can do it
minute.
that slow.
0-2. Once he stays alive.
Well, that's a good slider there, too.
But that Muncy closing in on Ron Cey for 5th all time on the Dodgers home run list. Moving up on some pretty important names in baseball history, guys like Roy Campanella. 0-2, and that one is ripped foul.
Yeah, the history here is we showed up, I believe, was it the 62nd birthday of Dodgers Stadium? 64th. And you just walk around this stadium, and the history's awesome, and just the players they've produced.
0-2, and Muncy strikes out swinging. 6 Ks today. DeGrom has that slider and the fastball working well today.
Yeah, now the changeup against the lefty. This was a big strikeout pitch for him last year as the season progressed, and as this game's progressing, he gets his 2nd strikeout. The first one against Tucker on the changeup. This one we'll see Muncy from the side, way out in front.
Yeah, last 2 have come on that changeup. Freeland now, and he swings through strike 1. There's that changeup again.
I've always thought that's a great job of, if you strike a guy out and you really execute that pitch, why not throw it again first pitch to the next hitter? You got the release point, the timing of it. Repeat it. I know there's different scouting reports, but here, obviously, you get another lefty. Remember last year about this time we were worried about DeGrom against lefties?
Yeah, not an issue. Boy, he can just keep on with it.
Well, it speeds up that fastball. Start looking soft away, and then you rush 97 in on the hands. It's tough to get to.
1-1. Bouncer right side. Berger has it. Little side shuffle to the bag, and the inning is done. So Pages with the single to open it. He's left out there, and we go to the 5th inning. Jacob deGrom. Rangers needed a stopper. So far, the right-hander has dealt, and the Rangers have awarded him with a 1-run lead.
Let's drive.
Yeah, number 60.
2-1. Rangers on top as we go to the 5th inning. And the Rangers did a great job against Roki Sasaki, and they knocked him out of the game. Now Sasaki has to get some credit for keeping this thing as close as he did. But they go to the bullpen for Edgardo Enriquez, a right-hander.
6.75 ERA. This is the part about getting to a bullpen early. Is the first guy you see isn't their first closer.
He's not even their 3rd closer, Mike. It works to Jock Peterson. It'll be Peterson, Jansen, and Smith this inning. And Jock pops that one in the air and back out of play. Yeah, you asked me early in the game how I felt about the Rangers going with 3 lefties in the lineup to start things today. 5 lefties overall against Sasaki. And the inning ended before we could fully flesh out our conversation. But the thing about today is the Dodgers a little short-handed, especially from the left side in that bullpen. That one just off the plate. Vesia and Tanner Scott both pitched in the first 2 games of this series. Both ostensibly down today. It'd be pretty desperate measures for them to be up. Jack Dreyer, the only other lefty they have out in the pen. He pitched yesterday. 2-1.
There is a good chance we'll see him, though. Once the lineup gets to Nimmo, Carter, and Seager, there's probably a great chance they're going to use him to try to get a 0 on the board.
And I just think that from the standpoint of what he wanted to accomplish today, Skip Schumacher getting some pitches on Sasaki and getting him out of the game, I think it was worth that trade-off. The 2-2, and he did not go around. It's a full count.
Well, the goal in every game, but especially when you're going to go with 3 lefties, as we look at the check swing to start the lineup, is, all right, maybe it could hurt me in the 7th inning. Maybe they bring in a lefty and my guys are up and I don't want to take them out of the game. But if we have the lead, I'll take it. I'll take the trade-off.
3-2, and that is ball 4. 102 miles per hour from Enriquez. I mentioned he's not even the 3rd closer on this team. He's kind of a long man, a mop-up guy, whatever you want to call him, on a roster full of household names and accomplished veterans. Here's this guy throwing 102, 103 miles per hour, and he can hardly get in games.
It is a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
He goes to work on Danny Jansen and buries that one. Now there's, you might expect with a guy who throws that hard and is still this young, he's 23 years old, he may have some issues commanding the stuff. He's still pretty new to all this. It's just the 30th big league game in which he's ever appeared. This one on the ground, left side of the infield. Muncy with a good scoop goes to second, 1 on to first in time for the double play. Around the horn they go, 5-4 to 3. And that will clear off the bases.
Well, this is the pitcher's best friend. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Muncy gets it on the big hop right before it hits another time to make it an easy turn. Right here, he gets that hop, and it makes it pretty easy to turn.
So now Josh Smith. 1 for 2 today, and bounces one on the right side of the infield. Easy play for Freeland. Boy, Enriquez comes in and makes it look pretty easy in the 5th. Halfway there this afternoon, it's 2-1.
Baseball has a very beautiful way of bringing things back to where they all started, and that's been the case for Skip Schumacher this week, who grew up 20 minutes from this ballpark and used to sit in these seats where I am now, about 15 rows up from the visitors' dugout with his dad when he would come to Dodgers games. Skip grew up a big Dodgers fan. He even had the opportunity to meet Dodgers pitcher Orel Hershiser at a restaurant, who signed his glove when he was 5 years old to a future Dodger, and that's why Skip wears number 55. But we know Skip as being a guy that really likes to focus on the day ahead of him and the series ahead of him, but he said when he comes to Dodger Stadium, it's impossible not to take a moment to reflect.
Skip looked like he was already using a 13-inch outfielder's glove at 4 years old. It has to be really cool for him to, one, he got to wear the Dodgers uniform, and then now managing against the Dodgers.
2-strike pitch. It's got to be more fun when, as a manager, you send Jacob deGrom out to the mound. He's having a nice one this afternoon.
Yeah, in fact, look, he's just relaxing. I remember pitching coach for the Texas Rangers right next to me, Oral Hershiser, would just say, can you guys just let me relax for 5 innings? I don't want to go out to the pitcher's mound in the 2nd and 3rd inning, and I just like to enjoy the first 5 innings, and then I'll get to work.
Well, the great Oral Hershiser, early influence on Skip. Now calling these games for the Dodgers. Your former pitching coach.
One of the best pitchers in an era. One of the, I mean, you could sit there for hours. You could take a year-long class and he could give you knowledge every day you went there.
Yeah, 1-strike pitch here, and Call lifts it out to right field, but that one's slicing away foul. A couple years ago, the Dodgers were at our place. I wanted to talk to Oral about something, and next thing you know, he's given me a pitching lesson about using my back leg.
Yeah.
You got to keep this part, rigid, and you're going off that the whole time, and you don't have to bend the leg real hard. You just have to push off. And
he would also, talk about percentages with me. He's like, I need you to have about 60% right here on the inside part of your calf. And, you're like, okay, 60%. How am I going to feel this 60%? But for him, he's so smart. Like, his brain would work. Like, I know, like, the exact percentage that's here versus there. And
that's just what you needed, was a percentage in your head for something like that. Call takes one off the plate, 3-2.
I will say I did love having Oral Hershiser because he was not, there are times you can get a grip it and rip it pitching coach back in the day, and he was not a grip it and rip it pitching coach.
That's in tight, and Call works a walk, just the 2nd walk that DeGrom has issued today.
Once again, throughout this series, the reason that they're averaging 7 a game in the first 2 is because the bottom part of their lineup is just so pesky, and they get on base and they turn the lineup over for their Hall of Fame guys.
Well, the 2nd time that Alex Call is reached. Here is Ha-Seong Kim, and he takes strike 1. Kim struck out looking in the 3rd inning, and that was the first. Was that the first challenge that they burned?
I believe so. Because the next one was by their catcher.
Yeah, by rushing. Anyway, he challenged strike 3. Thought maybe it missed. It did not. The Dodgers have no challenges remaining. The 0-2 pitch here, and that is tight.
That was a good 0-2 slider, though. If you're going to miss, that's a good miss.
Call not going anywhere at first. There's a comebacker knocked down by DeGrom, and he'll settle for the out at first.
Well, the shortstop pitching today was not going to be rushed after that. He wanted a double play ball here, but great recovery. It doesn't stick in the pocket. And the other thing, too, is, pitchers now are using 13-inch gloves. So that's an outfielder's glove. All pitchers, I won't say all, almost all pitchers now have gone to a 13-inch glove to try to hide as much as their hand and wrist that they can. So I do think when we're seeing these guys not catch these cleanly back at them, it's just it's in a way too big of a glove to get good catches out of them.
Yeah, plus, I mean, I know it's a little thing having that index finger out or stuffed in the glove like that, but you have a different feel too. Is Ohtani now takes outside, ball 1. So Shohei Ohtani at the plate with a man at first base, or pardon me, second base. Now they will intentionally walk Ohtani. Well, you take second base like that, it removes the interest in competing with Ohtani. Why take the chance?
I'm with Skip Schumacher here. So this is where you say it first. So if you're watching watching this and say, oh, whatever happens here, what would you have done? I would have done the exact same thing Skip Schumacher would have done, and I'm going to live with the results against Kyle Tucker.
I'm with you. Tucker 0 for 2 today. Sets up an out anywhere on the bases. Ground from the stretch, and he fires in strike one. It's only the second time today that the Dodgers have had a man out there behind DeGrom, and it was Alex Call. Same man out there now. He was there in the third inning. That was a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You remember that time? It was when they caught stealing.
Yeah.
Ohtani thought Call was running. Call wasn't.
DeGrom knows this is a huge situation. He just got up to 98 on that fastball.
He's still not even 80 pitches into this thing. 2-strike pitch. And that's a little low. Well, we've said it a million times about the great pitchers who just have that ability to dial it up for a little bit more in the big spots. And this is a big spot right here for Jacob. The 1-2. It's fouled back.
That's a perfect pitch. Give Tucker a lot of credit for getting wood on that ball. Look at this 4-seam fastball above the zone, in on the hands. Tucker pulls his hands in just enough to foul it off. Does he go back to that changeup he struck him out on in the third?
A good feel for that the last couple innings. The 1-2. And that's buried. And now Cole will jump up and head to third. A wild pitch.
There's not much you can do here as a catcher. He does go to the changeup, but he spikes it in front of home plate. Pulls it. The good news is you did hold Ohtani to first. Yes, Call got to third, but Ohtani had to stick. I wonder if he wasn't as aggressive after he was too aggressive earlier in the game.
Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jansen setting up inside the pitch, and that one is popped up back behind the plate. And it's not a twilight sky, but I do wonder on days like today, it's kind of a low-slung gray sky. Is that a tougher sky to pick up a ball in?
Because think of that color right now you're seeing. That's the color of a ball. A ball's not white. It's rubbed up a little bit, and so it has that kind of off color that can get lost right now.
Here's a 2-2, and he strikes out swinging. Tucker chases the changeup, and DeGrom picks up yet another huge strikeout in this one.
Great job by DeGrom to get out of a big situation. He goes to the change against the lefty, gets the swing and miss, trusts his catcher Jansen, and the Rangers still leading 2-1. Blue Cross Blue Shield Legends of the game is the great Jackie Robinson. Broke MLB's color barrier on April 15th, 1947. Also won Rookie of the Year that year, 49 MVP, and 1962 entered the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Well, as towering a baseball figure as there is.
Yep.
Jackie Robinson. Amazing the impact he's had on so many people, not just in the game, but beyond the game. Enriquez is out for another inning of work here. He was blowing that heater in their last inning and faced the minimum thanks to a double play ground ball. I guess the 8th and 9th place hitters, and then back up to the top of the order this inning for the Rangers. 2-1.
Well, you'd love for the Rangers to tack on an insurance run. These Dodgers averaging 7 in the series, over 6 coming into this series. Jacob deGrom has about 20 pitches at most left in this game.
2-1, and Young takes low. I think that, and the other part of it too is that first 3 innings the Rangers stranded 7 runners, and 5 of them were in scoring position. And you just felt at the time like, well, you just can't afford to do that against a team like the Dodgers. And you don't want that to come back and haunt you later today. So yeah, at this point, yeah, you gotta scratch and claw and fight and figure out whatever you can just to score an extra run or 2 here.
Yeah.
Full count. Enriquez has that big power arm. You figure a fastball's probably on the way. And it was, and that just missed. 101 miles per hour. Just a little bit wide, and the Rangers have the lead man on again.
Well, besides that 5th inning, the Rangers keep threatening.
Left fielder Ezequiel Duran.
Well, it's interesting that the Rangers now, this is the 6th inning. They've gotten the lead man on in 5 of the 6 innings now. Usually that leads to a lot of offense. Here's Zeke, and he bunts it foul. Strike 1.
Now right here, Muncy can cheat. Freddie Freeman has to hold on Josh Young so he doesn't get too big of a secondary lead. As a bunter, you want to bunt this ball towards first base. Now if you bunt it towards third and you bunt it soft enough, okay, but Josh Young is not a fast runner. If you bunt this ball hard and it goes to third, you're probably not going to get Josh Young to second.
Could even hit into a double play. Now the bunt right out in front of the plate, and Enriquez's throw, that one goes wide, and Young will head to third. I'm not so sure that didn't get a piece of the helmet over there of Jankowski. I felt like I heard something. Maybe it was just off of Freeman's glove that I heard.
Well, great bunt here, soft in front, makes the pitcher throw it.
Should say Freeland's glove.
Yeah, and Freeman charging in, so you have the second baseman Freeland over there, and it goes wide. And Zeke's helmet kind of fell off. Did it go off Zeke's helmet, or did his arm hit?
Oh no,
nope, nothing.
So yeah, it was just off of Freeland's glove. Okay. Well, it was a rocket caroming around over there, but in any case, the Rangers now have first and third, nobody out. 6th inning, and the Dodgers deeper into that bullpen.
The Dodgers, number 86, Jack Dreyer.
So Beeks is messing around.
itch, and rash of eczema. See a head-to-head study of Rinvoq versus another treatment at rinvoq.com/see the data. Talk to your dermatologist if you're not doing well on your current pill or injection to see if Rinvoq is right for you.
Well, 2-1, and indeed Jack Dreyer, the left-hander, is in the game now. Nimmo bounces one slowly, first base side, a foot race to the bag, and Nimmo and Dreyer get there at nearly the same time. Nimmo retired, but he gets a run to the plate. And Nimmo, I'm not sure he was convinced that they got him.
Well, this is lefty on lefty, and it's a swinging bunt that works out to perfection because you get the run home and you get the next runner to second base. Yeah, luckily everybody's okay there. That can get dangerous with the striding towards the base at the same time and contact.
Well, that's a big RBI. Look at that, man. Duran at second, and here's Evan Carter. Evan Carter takes strike one.
He's having a great game offensively. Obviously lefty on lefty. He's still trying to find it. I don't mind here Kenny Lofton in it and trying to drag one with you to first base with Freeman back.
High pop-up along the third baseline. Muncy got to it to make the catch. 2 away.
Easier said than done when I talk about bunting lefty on lefty, but Muncy, is this his third pop-up to catch today, where he's had to kind of go back? He's in here, but this was the one that gave him the most trouble, the one that didn't carry as much.
Yeah, he's had a busy day over there. So 2 gone. Corey Seager, the hitter. And he swings and misses. Mike, this is a stunning number.
Okay.
Matt Hicks today told me in the dugout he had been digging through some things. The last Rangers hit against a lefty was April 1st. They're basically 0 for the month against left-handed pitching. And that one will carry well, but Call gets back there. The Rangers have now gone hitless in their last 37 at-bats against left-handed pitching. What in the name of baseball is going on there? Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's 3-1.
Bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Rangers. Jacob deGrom out for his work. We go to StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, and we look at deGrom's strikeouts through 5 innings, 4 on the slider. He has 3 on the changeups against those lefties. It's been becoming a dominant pitch for him, and then he has the heater to go with it up top.
Now looking pretty good today. We talked earlier about the need to slow down the game's most potent offense. 1 pitch in and they had a run on the Ohtani long ball, but since then just 2 hits. goes to work on Pages. And there's a swing and a pop-up shallow center. Carter racing in into a slide, makes the catch. Boy, nice play by Evan Carter.
You know, you talked about the sky, Dave, and I'm not sure Carter saw this off the bat well. Watch his jump here after contact. He's still reading it. He went back a step. This shows how fast he is, because he went back on that ball, came in hard, slid kind of knee first, and made a big first out for the Rangers.
Not terribly surprising, but he's grading out as the Rangers' best defensive player right now. Freddie Freeman, he'll go after the first pitch. A pop-up on the left side of the infield. Young waiting on it. Seager thought Young had it. I think everybody thought Young was on the play, that he was making it. I'm not sure where the breakdown was there.
Well, I mean, it's going to be tough. We're obviously not going to see their mouths moving here. But if Young's calling it here, then Seager does the right thing and just lets him have it.
It's not clear to me that anybody really called for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's not saying
No,
anything.
he's spitting seeds.
I mean, they both have shades on, or Young has them on his hat. We just talked about Carter not seeing the ball well off the bat, but adjusting. It looked like both of them saw it.
Ball on the field is ball. The catcher is challenged.
Rangers with an ABS challenge here. And they do not get it.
It
Boy,
is
that
a
one
ball. Texas has
was
one
awfully
challenge
close.
remaining.
0.2 of an inch. Oh, an infield pop-up goes as a single for Freeman. Muncy watches one off the plate. By the way, it was going to be 2 outs on 2 pitches.
I know for a guy that was going into this one, first time pitching in the 6th inning this year, 82 pitches coming into the inning.
Maybe a ground ball here. Muncy takes a strike, 3-1.
DeGrom's a veteran guy. I know he fell behind 3-0 here, but you can tell it's not at least affecting him that we can tell. But it can affect younger pitchers in that situation.
Pitch to Muncy, and he shoots it foul.
98 on that, so DeGrom still has life left. His stuff isn't fading right now.
No. No, he looks just as effective now. Jalen Beeks is warming in the pen. He'd be ready if need be. Jacob would just as soon get through this 6th inning on his own. Well, Cole Winn picks up a baseball as well. Freeman with a small lead, the 3-2 swing and a miss, and Muncy strikes out for a 3rd time today.
DeGrom still has A+ stuff here in the 6th inning, and he goes with the slider here. And Muncy's been out in front of a couple off speeds. There he looked like he was a little bit more on time. In fact, after watching the replay, late on that slider.
9 strikeouts now for Jacob. Freeland the batter. And he will watch one high. Alex Freeland, he is struck out and grounded out. Last of the 6th here at Dodger Stadium. And that is popped up. Deep shortstop. Seager takes control of this one, and the inning is done. So the Dodgers leave a man. Great work in center field. Evan Carter. He's had a terrific start defensively and, of course, at the plate. And then DeGrom picks up his 9th strikeout, punching out Muncy. And he has responded well this afternoon for the Rangers. So the Rangers up a couple of runs now as we go to the 7th inning. They will try to add some runs to their lead. How about this? The Rangers 7-0 this year when they lead after 6. So a good feeling for Skip Schumacher in his first year managing the Rangers. His 3rd year as a big league manager, managed 2 seasons in Miami where he was the National League Manager of the Year. Jake Burger leads off this inning and he takes a strike. Jake needs a little something here to take with him as he leaves LA later today. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts so far. Ben Kasparius, a 27-year-old right-hander. He's off the plate with a sweeper. DeGrom putting on the jacket. Looks like maybe his day is done.
He can't do much better after giving up a first pitch home run to start the game, and talked about his last start against Seattle. Same situation. This Dodgers offense a little bit better, but no knee bugging him, so he was able to go out there and get you 4 outs there in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Burger off the end of the bat, little flare into right. That's a base hit. There we go. Burger with a safety here to begin the 7th inning.
Oh, new pitcher on for the Dodgers, Kasparius. Hope I said that right. Did I nail it?
I think you kind of did.
Okay, good. 7.36 ERA.
The Rangers have the leadoff man on base again. 6 out of the 7 innings today that's been the case. Here's Peterson. And he takes strike 1 again. Feinting the bunt as he has done with seems like increased frequency, even go back to late last year.
Yeah, I understand that when he's, taking a pitch for his pitcher, but I don't know, right there I want him ready to hit.
Bounces it down to first. Freeman will go to second for 1 out. Back to first base in time. The 3-6-3 double play.
Well, it's been the Dodgers hitting into double plays during the series, but getting the wins. The Rangers are the ones hitting into double plays today, but if it means you get the win, I'll take hitting into double plays.
Yep, I'm with you on that. That's a trade-off I'd make. It's twice today that they've been doubled up. Danny Jansen now, he'll take one outside. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Rangers. 1 run on 4 hits for the Dodgers. And the sweeper this time in there for a strike. Now the big key in this game now will be how will that Rangers bullpen handle innings 7, 8, and 9. And can they protect a 2-run lead?
What's interesting is the stat of, hey, if the Rangers are winning after 6, they're 7-0.
Yep.
But we have no clue. I guess we know that Junis will pitch the 9th. I don't know who's pitching the 7th and 8th.
Well, it's funny you say that about Junis. I don't know that we know that, really.
Yeah,
I think it might be the consensus between the two of us.
Yeah.
That's maybe where we would go.
Yeah, but they might use him in the 8th inning if they feel like, if you look at the lineup right now, you have the bottom of the lineup coming up, which is a very tough bottom of the lineup, but maybe they feel like Junis works out well against the top of the lineup. I don't know.
A little tight. Full count on Jansen. I saw Latz working in the pen. And it would appear that he would come out in the 7th inning. He's also a guy you can use for multiple innings if you want. 3-2, and that's high. Boy, Danny Jansen with his 3rd walk today. So just getting on base. Driving that on base percentage up a little bit too. So he's aboard for Josh Smith.
4 out of the next 5 hitters for the Dodgers are left-handed. They can use their bench, and probably Dave Roberts will.
Yeah. Smith takes strike one. By the way, that is it's 8 walks today by Rangers hitters. 5 of them issued by the starter Sasaki in his 4 innings.
Well, the good thing is the walks. The bad thing is if you get that many free passes, you'd like to have more than 3 runs on the board.
Well, so far, only 1 of the 8 walks has come in to score. One from Kasparius, and that is strike 2. We had 53,000 plus here Friday. Same thing yesterday. It's another very big crowd on this Sunday afternoon. The 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss. Kasparius strikes out Smith, and the Rangers leave another base runner, and they've done that quite a bit. DeGrom had a wonderful day. 6 outstanding innings. We go to the bottom of the 7th in LA. It's 3-1.
The Baylor Scott and White health game diagnosis is starting pitcher Jacob deGrom, and he brought his Sunday best today, striking out 9 Dodgers, only allowing the solo home run, spreading out the 3 other hits after the Ohtani shot. This was much needed for the Rangers, and now Jacob Latz is on to try to hold this 2-run lead. So far on the year, 9 2/3. Just the solo home run to Max Muncy in game 1 of this series.
It is kind of wild, right? As great as he has been, he was the one victimized in Friday's losses. He goes to work here on Dalton Rushing. Starts him with strike 1. Rushing is 0 for 2. He flew out to right field. He is also struck out. One and one the count. Rushing came into the game 6 hits and 9 at bats. And the Rangers are going to challenge that last ball call. Oh yeah. Way to go, Danny.
Texas has 1 challenge remaining.
So Jansen with a great challenge there. 0-2 the count.
Well, here it is in real time, and 85 catches the top of the zone.
See Latz's body language on that. I think that was in.
Come on, Danny.
Danny helped him out. 0-2.
Perfect location. That's where Jansen wanted that pitch. See here if it sets up the breaking ball away.
Here's the pitch.
Just didn't execute it. He had it set up. Still in a favorable situation.
Bottom third of the order in this 7th inning. Latz delivers 2-2 and a good block back there, but a full count now on Rushing. The Rangers knew they had their hands full when they came to Los Angeles this weekend, and indeed that ended up being the case. Great battle Friday, went back and forth to the bottom of the ninth. 3-2, and that's ripped over first, and it's headed into that right field corner. Rushing's had a big year at the plate already, and he has a double to start the seventh.
This game's a long way from being over against this Dodgers lineup, and after missing the breaking balls, he challenges with 93 in the heart of the plate, and Rushing wins the battle.
Left fielder number 12, Alex Call.
So now, big runner out there in scoring position for Alex Call. Call with a base hit and a walk off DeGrom, so pretty good day for him, and he takes a curveball low for ball one. It's also one of those, again, to me, I tend to see through some funny lenses when you watch. I think that pitch was good. Call pops this one up. Seager going pretty far out there, and he makes a catch. One away. All right, we have time here for Globe Life.
I do think about my family's future. That's what I trust Globe Life. They've been helping families for more than 125 years. Globe Life, make tomorrow better.
Well, it's always better when we get to hear from Elvis.
Yeah.
Always fun to hear. So one out, and Jansen and Latz get together.
Got to discuss the scouting report on Rojas here.
Rojas, the veteran pinch hitter, utility infielder. Good kind of seasoned bat to bring up in a big spot like this.
Yeah. Well, we saw in the World Series that he can pinch hit.
There were some heroes in that World Series for the Dodgers, but that is the thing about winning a title, right? Is you don't win it solely on the back of your superstar player. It's usually going to take guys in, let's say, smaller positions or less heralded spots to come through in big ways. And, well, there's Miguel Rojas. Here's the 1-0. And, boy, I tell you, 2-0. I thought that was close.
Well, here's the replay. It's the right call. He held up.
Latz to the plate, 2-0. That's inside.
Well, this is not a good situation to be 3-0. Rojas, if you watch the World Series, you know you can come through, but the last thing you want is to walk him and then face Shohei Ohtani.
Ideally, he'd bounce one to short here and retire himself, but instead he's going to walk. So, compliment aboard, and Ohtani coming up. Ohtani has reached all 3 times today. Had the solo homer on the first pitch, a walk, then an intentional walk. Jordan Teagues heading out there to talk this through. What is this conversation like when you're out there? Like, what sort of things are you discussing?
Well, it can be, here's the scouting report. What are you feeling? As in, hey, if you don't feel good about your slider, then let's just throw it for show. The slider that he got, the called for a strike at the top of the zone, yes, that was a strike, but the next two he went to were not good pitches at all. He just threw 4 balls to a right-handed hitter with Ohtani on deck, so he didn't execute 4 straight pitches in a row there. So they're kind of going over, here's the scouting report, but what are we feeling like right now?
Interesting. So we'll see what that looks like now. It's an important at bat right here, biggest of the ball game. Ohtani goes after the first pitch, pops it up. Should be an infield fly. There's the signal. And that is the second out of the inning. Can't do a whole lot better than that.
No, and he gave a little bit more juice there. He went 95. He was more 93 on his fastball this inning. Right here you see Ohtani's eyes and just not very happy with himself because that one's down the middle. He just didn't time it up. Out in front. It almost, on contact, I thought it was a changeup. I thought he just threw a changeup to a lefty there. But it was just Ohtani way out in front.
So now Kyle Tucker. And he swings and misses at the slider.
You got to get that one down. That's a home run slider that he got away with.
Except that it was so far away, right? Like I felt like that was off the plate. I felt like Tucker chased away on that. I could be wrong. 1 strike pitch, and that one on the ground, and that's through into right field. Around third base, rushing. The throw goes back to the middle of the diamond. Tucker with an RBI single, and he makes it a 1-run game.
Well, this is a fastball, wanting to get this one down and away for a strike, and it stays up. Tucker pulls it in the right field, and that'll do it for Latz.
Schumacher heading out there, so runners at first and third, 2 out, 7th inning. Too hot to handle. Rangers going to that bullpen with Pages headed to the plate. One-run game, bottom of the 7th inning here at Dodger Stadium, and Cole Winn is in for the Rangers.
Well, he's 0 ERA so far on the year in his 7 appearances. He has 2 inherited runners here, 1 on third, 1 on first.
Andy Pages, the batter, and he takes high. Ball 1. Pages today 1 for 3. Cole Winn played his high school baseball about 35 miles from here at Orange Lutheran High School. Very rich baseball tradition. He was the state player of the year in California at Orange Lutheran. He's also the state player of the year in Colorado. Not in the same year, but you get the idea. a superstar here in Southern California back in the day. The 2-0. Pages into short left, going out Seager, and I think Seager at this point has just decided, like, look, I'm going to make the plays. And he takes control. The inning is done. He catches all 3 pop-ups in the inning. 8th inning coming up in LA with the Rangers leading by a run. Well, Mike, it is time for What's on Top, brought to you by St. Arnold Lawnmower, a beer for everyone. And we're looking forward to a little Breaking with Bassick this coming week, along with the iPad recap. Cole Winn's first save. Jacob Latz, a conversation with Dave Bush down there in the dugout. We go to the 8th inning. Young will lead things off here. 3-2 Rangers. I feel like the Rangers should have like 7 runs in this thing.
Well, they've had a lot of runners on base. You've talked about all the free passes they got today from the Dodgers. 8 walks, just haven't been able to take enough advantage of it to have breathing room.
Yeah. They have the lead. Love that. But 8 walks. Had a lot of traffic, and they've left 10 men on base. Young has done a great job, though. He has doubled, walked a couple of times, scored a run. Right now, in fact, the run he scored was the Rangers' 3rd, and that's a difference in the game. Kasperius 3-0, and there's a line drive out to right field. Young with his 2nd hit of the game. Really good signs for Josh Young lately.
Well, 3-0 green light. Fastball away on the plate off the end of the bat here, but gets enough of it and has enough power to drive it into right field.
So that'll bring the 3rd baseman Max Muncy up to the edge of the grass with Duran up there. And the first pitch off the plate. Ball 1.
I mean, in a way, the person who you'd expect to maybe make the mistake here would be if you bunt it softly to the pitcher. You want to try to bunt this ball towards first because Freeman has to hold on the runner and hold his position.
Ooh, that one's high. Duran barely able to get out of the way.
I mean, bunting is barely done in baseball, but as hard as Muncy and Freeman are charging, and then you have Freeland sprinting to first base, if you pulled it back and just hit a little ground ball somewhere.
I'll take a strike.
Looked like he was taking the whole way, didn't it?
It did.
Squared around late.
Yeah.
Either that or he didn't square around in time.
Right-hander's 2-1 pitch, and that's way off the plate. And Kasperius just has not thrown strikes this inning.
No, and in fact, he got lucky there. That looked like a possible wild pitch that Rushing caught.
So Young over at first base, 3-1 the count now to Zeke. And he's swinging away. It's a full count. Rushing, by the way, I mean, there was nothing subtle about it. He wanted that middle.
Yeah.
Just give me a fastball over the plate.
Can't defend a walk.
Time call.
I like that timeout right there. A guy struggling to throw strikes. He just threw one, you know, how he wanted to, and now you mess up his rhythm.
Young leading again. 3-2, and that's high, ball 4. So a single and a walk, and the Rangers have 2 men on to start the inning, and Dave Roberts heading out there to the mound. So Kasparius got through a scoreless 7th inning. That wasn't without a little drama, but after putting the first 2 men on here in the 8th inning, the Dodgers manager says that's good. Let's try something else. 8th inning, Rangers leading by a run. Well, he had the pinch hit at bat last half inning, and Miguel Rojas, famous pinch hitter now, is in the game at shortstop. Will Klein is the new pitcher in the 8th.
Well, so far, 1.59 ERA in his 4 games. 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. Rangers' hottest hitter up.
Yeah, 2 men on for Brandon Nimmo. He swings through strike 1. Nimmo has a hit today, also drove on a run with a ground out. 2 homers yesterday. Klein's 1 strike pitch, and that is outside. And Nimmo's done everything and more that the Rangers would have asked and expected this year. 2-1.
Those are 2 pretty big misses right there from Klein.
Yeah, I appreciate the Rangers' increased patience today. Ability to work a count a little bit. It's when they're at their best, and now 3-1.
No challenge for the Dodgers on that one. They don't have it.
Rangers still looking for that big hit today. Young at second, Duran at first. And a chopper up the middle. There's a big hit. Young around third. He'll score easily. Duran races to third base on the Nimmo single. And the Rangers lead it 4-2. Of course, leave it to Brandon Nimmo to come through.
He's wanting to go to second base. There's nobody at first. I'll tell you what, 2026 That's your best hitter, Texas Rangers.
Number 32, Evan
Coming
Carter.
through on the breaking ball. He gets a pitch he can handle, hits it at 104 off the bat. Gets the RBI and gets Ezekiel Duran to third base.
Still nobody out. Evan Carter has reached 3 times today. And he'll go after the first pitch and send it foul out of play.
This is where hitting 3 guys left-handed ends up paying off and not taking them out. They only really had 1 lefty available. They used Dreyer earlier in the game. So now Carter gets this situation against a righty.
Now you can really lean in against a right-handed pitcher here. Klein, 26 years old. Runs that one tight. 1-1. Carter seems like he's putting some stuff together at the plate. Comes up empty here, 1-2 the count.
Need contact here. He can run, even if he hits into a double play, it should get the RBI. I mean, I guess it shouldn't say RBI. Should
get a run scored anyway, yeah. Yeah, but the one thing you want to avoid is the strikeout, the 1-2. That is a little bit up. 2-2. What do you know? Carter hitting with 2 strikes again. He homered in the 3rd inning. 2 home runs in the series. And he spoils that one to keep the at bat alive. For the right-hander, Will Klein, his 2nd year with the Dodgers. Previously split time in 2024 between the Royals and the Athletics. This one is up the middle and it's caught by Rojas, and that's the one bit of contact that won't advance the runners. They got contact, just the rarest and worst kind, I guess, in that spot.
Yeah, it goes down as a hard hit at 95 off the bat, but not a base hit. Out of all the places, there's only 4 places you don't want to hit that ball. To the 3rd baseman, shortstop, 2nd baseman, or 1st baseman. Everywhere else, it's a base hit.
Yep. So now Corey Seager hitless in 4 tries today. And that's in the dirt. And here comes Duran. He'll score. A wild pitch. Gets a very big insurance run across the plate. It's 5-2.
Huge run here. Spiked breaking ball. It just gets by rushing, and like you said, whew, one more breath we can take.
Yeah, I mean, 5-2. Boy, that's a much better feel now for this team. Seager takes another ball, 2-0. Meanwhile, Nimmo advanced to 2nd base, so Corey can still drive in a run here. Time called. Nope. I should say an intentional walk issued. So Seager down to 1st.
Number 21, Jake
and with a
Burger.
couple of base runners that bring up Jake Burger. Well, Jake got a hit his last time up, just a little poke into right field, right off the end of his bat. That's the 10th walk now that the Rangers have received today. Burger lifts that foul. 6th hitter of the inning. Rangers knocked their starter Roki Sasaki out of the game after 4 innings. Klein is the 4th reliever they've faced. And that's been the difference in today's game versus the first 2 in this series. 0-2 the count on Burger.
Yeah, Burger just looking maybe a little bit too much pull happy right now.
Yeah, sometimes you got those 2 early home runs this year in Philly, and sometimes those things can be more of a problem than a great accomplishment. If you get a guy thinking too much about hitting home runs. 1-2. Nimmo is the man at second, Seager at first. And strike 3 called. Berger knew it. 4th time. And he goes down on strikes today. And with 2 gone, we'll slide over here for Progressive.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. New customers could save hundreds by bundling their auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. See how easy it is at Progressive.com.
Jock Peterson. Jock takes strike 1. Curveball from the right-hander, Will Klein. Fouled back, and it is 0-2. Well, the Rangers have scored 2 this inning. And with single walk single to start the inning after a line out, an intentional walk. So 4 of the first 5 hitters reached. Peterson started after it. That one gets away. Peterson should run to first. And a late start. And they'll throw it down there to retire him on the strikeout to end the inning. Rangers will have to settle for the 2 runs. Brandon Nimmo. What a series he's having. He's driven in 2 of the Rangers' 5 so far today.
Brandon Nimmo continues to be dynamite for the Rangers, driving in a big insurance run there at the top of the 8th inning. But even the at-bats when Nimmo doesn't get on base, he's still been impacting the game. I've watched him this series come into the dugout and deliver extremely thorough and detailed reports to the guys on deck. And I asked Jake Berger, is that normal? And he said, no, I actually think it's what makes him one of the best leadoff hitters in the game. It's just the quality of information that he gives us in the dugout. It's just at a different level. So it's not just because of the at-bats when he's leading off, but what he tells the team when he does strike out or not get on base. It's really impressive.
Boy, Laura, that's a great report. I just wonder who the best are at that as leadoff hitters and giving reports back to their team. If Nimmo's up there, I wonder who else. Wonder what Ohtani. He's like, yeah, I saw it, just hit it a mile.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Whatever. Freddie Freeman takes high. 2-1, and fans here, they love to chant, as you pointed out, Mike. They haven't had a lot going today.
No, Jacob deGrom pitched.
That's right. So it's been a quiet day for the Dodgers offensively, and It's fans here. They're like, look, we paid a few bucks to be here. Let's chant something anyway. So we go with Freddie. 3-1 the count. Freeman has reached on an infield hit today. Well, he got into this one. A high fly ball out to center. Takes Carter back near the wall to make the catch. Gave him a little thrill. And that's just the first out of the inning.
Look where this pitch is. That is, he gets underneath that. That is letter high almost. At least red number high for Freddie Freeman's number 5. He hit it hard enough, but luckily to the biggest part of the yard, and Carter has enough room.
Here's Muncy. And he'll take a strike from Cole Winn. Muncy today 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. We have seen Max Muncy in this series.
Yes.
Right? I mean, this is, it's just who he is. There's a swing, and that one driven out to right. But Nimmo appears to have it measured. 2 gone.
Must have caught that one off the end. That scared me off the bat, but exit velo was only 90, so he didn't catch it off the barrel.
With you, it made my heart skip a beat.
Change up. Away. Enough away. It was up, but enough away, and does not catch the barrel. Catches Brandon Nimmo's glove.
So 2 are out, and Freeland takes downstairs. Freeland struck out, grounded out, popped out. An 0 for 3 day going for him. This is a Dodgers offense that currently leads the planet in basically everything. It came in with a record of 11-3. That one didn't miss by a whole lot. Do you want a challenge on that one?
No. Probably high. But you want to attack the zone here. 2 outs, nobody on.
There's a strike. 3-1.
Attack again. Make him earn his way on base.
Well, that's low. So Freeland is aboard. Gets rushing to the plate. And he's kind of scary the way he's been swinging the bat.
Why is because his OPS is over 2 right now?
Part of the reason, yeah. On base at 700 coming in. Yeah. 1-0. He had a double his last time up.
You see the batting average for the season. OPS. Take that, Barry Bonds.
Yeah. And he's saying, and I don't even play every day.
Struggling to get time. This is a good job by Jansen here. You get 2 outs, 2 quick outs, and then you walk a guy on 5 pitches, and now you fall behind 2-0. I get it. Rushing has great numbers to start the year, but this is not their biggest threat. And the last thing you want is to walk 2 guys to bring the tying run up.
Well, Jacob Junis. I don't know how you know which water is yours down there, but oh, his looks very different from the other waters, doesn't it? Getting ready for that 9th inning, ideally, so not really rushing to come in here in the 8th. Speaking of rushing, there he is, a 2-0, and he swings through it. Strike 1.
A big pitch right there to get it to 2-1.
It's high, ball 3. Boy, you really With 2 outs in the 8th inning and leading by 3, you just can't put 2 guys on for free here. Again, at the bottom of the lineup, that's where they have been the peskiest. Full count now as Rushing went after it.
Berger getting Wynn's attention, making sure he knows I'm not holding on the runner anymore. No picks to first.
Freeland on the move, and there is ball 4. And a tap on the top of the helmet. Rangers will challenge this one.
The call on the field is the ball. The catcher is challenging.
I love this challenge. Oh, yeah. How about that? Strike 3.
Texas has 1 challenge remaining.
Great pitch.
Danny Jansen, by the way, has been so clutch in this game with his challenges. That is a wonderful pitch in a nearly unhittable spot. And Jansen made sure that everybody knows via ABS, inning over. Well, Mike, your reward for this series in Los Angeles will be a trip to the capital city in the Golden State, and that is Sacramento. That's where the Rangers head next. A 4-game series against the Athletics. The A's came into action today, tied with the Rangers atop the division. And how about these pitching matchups? Eovaldi, Gore, Rocker, Leiter for the 4 days. We'll see our old pal Jeffrey Springs on Tuesday. Severino's had a little trouble with the walks. He'll get the nod tomorrow in the opener. All right, underway now, 9th inning. Rangers up 5-2. And Jansen in a hole, 0-2. Man, Klein just missed with that one. Jansen 3 walks today. And foul tips that right into the mitt, and a strikeout is how we start the ninth. So Klein backed out after coming in last inning for the Dodgers to get the final 3 outs. That's his 3rd strikeout. Here's Josh Smith. Josh has a hit today and an RBI. He'll take low.
Klein has a strong red beard.
Yeah, you like that?
Well, I mean, if your hair's red and you can grow a beard, it does look kind of cool.
Foul away.
Viking.
Yeah. There's a great character on the show Peaky Blinders, Alfie Solomons. He's got a little Alfie going with that. That's also one of the scarier guys in that series or on that show.
By the way, a lot of their relievers, they might be big fans of offensive linemen in football with their number choices.
They do have a lot of 78s, 61s, 80s. Kind of unusual.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just where the game's going, Mike. 1-2. Bouncer left side. Boy, way over toward third. Muncy with a good backhand stop, but no chance to throw out Smith. Smitty with an infield hit.
2 hits on the day for Smitty, and that's a nice sign. It doesn't matter how hard they are. It just feels good to put the ball in play and get to first base. I don't mind, Dave, if the Rangers want to score that run. Like, I won't be upset.
Okay.
If they just want to add another one, just to make sure.
Well, they might have the right guy at the plate for that. Young's had a really good day today. A double, a single, and 2 walks. Scored twice. The bottom of the lineup for the Rangers has done a lot of the heavy lifting today. 5 hits out of those last 3 spots. 3 runs scored. There's a strike from Klein, and it's 0-2. You know, it might be worth noting too, Mike, and your point about the Dodgers bullpen and those big numbers that they wear. The Dodgers have a dozen retired numbers. That's fouled over to the right side. So
is that second most to the Yankees in baseball history?
Knee jerk says probably yes. See, there you go. Pee Wee Reese, Tommy Lasorda, Duke Snyder, the single digits.
22 will be up there soon.
A little slow roller along the third base line. Will that stay fair? It just does. Triple foul.
Almost got another infield hit there for the Rangers this inning. Yeah, saying number 22 will be up there soon, right? Clayton Kershaw for the retired
That will
numbers.
absolutely be up there.
It's stayed on the grass for a long time. You always tell me that the ball runs away from the mountains.
That's right. That must have been it. The San Gabriel's got us on that one. Doggone it. Klein checks in over at first. Smith dives back in there. Yeah, 22. I don't know how long it'll take him to retire that. It's certainly a foregone conclusion that would be soon. When Ohtani's done, number 17 will go up there. There's a throw down to second. Smith with a late start, and he's gunned down for the second out of the inning. Is that a delayed steal?
I don't know. It was not really that close. Yeah, not a very good jump. Freeland makes a nice scoop here and tag.
So the base is empty now. One and two to Josh Young. Here it comes. No challenge to be had. That was a good looking curveball.
By the way, number 50 and number 5 might also be up there too soon enough.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They're you begin to run out of numbers. Full count. Yeah, with this run that the Dodgers are on, even though some of them aren't lifelong Dodgers, you're going to have to probably recognize them in that way. They've won their division now 12 of the last 13 years. Just dominating out west here. 3-2. And Young fouls that one off. The Dodgers have won the National League pennant 5 times in the last 9 years.
Didn't the one that they didn't win, didn't they win 100 games, but San Francisco had a crazy year?
Yeah, the one division they lost, I think they won 106 games, and the Giants won 107. I mean, 3-2 pitch. Oh, Young chases strike 3. And the inning is done. All right. Last chance now. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rangers up 3. They will give the ball to Jacob Junis. See if he can finish this one off. So the Rangers with that 5-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Trying to salvage a win in this series in LA. They need 3 more outs. And so they give the ball to Jacob Junis. Looking at those San Gabriels off in the distance.
Junis so far in his 6 games, 7 innings pitched, no runs given up, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Save situation. Great job by Cole Winn.
Junis goes right after Alex Call here with strike 1. Call has been on twice today. And he'll watch a strike. 0-2. Now this is fairly typical. Junis just comes in and fills that strike zone. And maybe he can do something here that nobody has done this year, and that is strike out the Dodgers left fielder. Cole fights that one off. Call has walked 4 times this year, no strikeouts. He didn't have a ton of plate appearances, but pretty good. 1-2.
How many times they say let's go Dodgers in a 9-inning game here.
I thought they were chanting Jacob Junis. That one looked really good, and a challenge by Jansen. He couldn't catch it because he was already challenging it.
The call on the field is a ball. The catcher is challenging.
If it's a strike, you need to tag him or throw it to first.
Strike 3.
It is a strike. Texas has 1 challenge remaining.
Man. Danny Jansen having one heck of a game.
Yeah. Here it is. Catches the bottom of the zone. Jansen knows I can't go get the ball first. I got to touch the top of the head.
So Will Smith coming off the bench here to bat for Rojas. Smith had the day off, or at least most of it. Dangerous right-handed hitter. There's some let's go Rangers chants.
I like it.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few Ranger fans here, and you like hearing that from the Ranger fans.
Oh, yeah, those new sweatshirts as well down there as Smith takes the walk. Gets Ohtani to the plate one more time today, rewarding those Dodgers fans who have stuck around. Ohtani swung at the first pitch he saw from DeGrom, and he launched it. It was his 5th home run of the year, and Junis tried to feather in a slider there, but it just missed.
Boy, after really looking sharp against Call, the next 5 pitches have not been.
There you go. Changeup catches the inside corner.
By the way, there's 16 walks in this game.
One and two the count. Yeah, the Dodgers have walked 6 times. The Rangers double-digit walks today, 10 walks. Equal number of hits for both teams as well. 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Junis strikes out Ohtani. 2 away.
The last 2 pitches were incredible, going in and then away. Let's take a look at the sequence here of the last 2 pitches. 4-seamer with a little bit of cut, down and in, and then the next pitch soft and away at 89. That's sequencing 2 pitches.
So 2 gone, and Tucker, the batter, runner goes. Nobody holding him, nobody cares. That's what we call defensive indifference. So Will Smith out at second base, and nobody will bother to pay attention to him there either. Pitch to Tucker, and that is down low. Now the Rangers went after the Dodgers today with just a full magazine of Jacobs. And they unloaded the clip. Jacob DeGrom, Jacob Latz, Jacob Junis.
Well,
3-0.
We've been in this situation before. The last out. You got to get the last out.
1 more needed. 3-0 the count to Tucker, and he takes a strike. Tucker 0 for 3 at an RBI single his last time up. 3-1, and he hammers that ball down the line. Foul. Strike 2.
Okay, big situation here, just because on deck you have one of the hottest hitters to start 2026. So Tucker, a really good hitter, another guy on deck that you don't want to see hit this game.
The payoff, and that's in the air center field. Coming on forward, Carter, he'll make the catch, and the Rangers take game 3, 5-2, the final score.
Well, great job from Jacob DeGrom to Jacob Latz to Jacob Wynn to Jacob Junis. And the Rangers score enough, a lot of base runners, and got the 5 runs they needed to get a win here in LA.
Dodgers couldn't climb Jacob's ladder, and the Rangers with that 5-2 win, little feel good on their way to Sacramento. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up for you here in just a moment.
This